Yeah, it says we're live.
It lies. All right. And if you'd like to keep the heat on,
False fall is here.
Tomorrow it will be the AC, but today it's the heat.
tomorrow it will be 107 degrees, but today it was a lovely 72 until noon. Donate here. Lovely 72, he says. If you like coffee, and in these freezing fall mornings, who doesn't? King Harv's Imperial Coffees at www.kingharv.com. The Ethiopian blends are good. Any of the African blends are good, but you should really get the Rakatur Press blend and the North Texas Trollmaker blend. Just trust me on it. They're fantastic.
Yep.
Among the Leaves Tees. I was going to wear an Among the Leaves Tees shirt today, but I forgot. tinyurl.com/Among the Leaves Tees. He has one for team and more. A lot of folks need to get one of those.
Front toward enemy.
Nope, says front towards friend.
Whatever.
It's a fluffy, squishy claymore.
Yeah.
Velcro on it? No, it's got a Velcro patch on it. So you could conceivably Velcro this guy to something. Velcro right to the front of you.
Good thing I'm not still on the TAC team, because I would have that Velcro to the front of my armor. I would.
Woo! Explosion incoming.
Explosion in more ways than one.
So this is Clay the Claymore plushie by Whiskey_Project.
Sorry, Greg. Apparently, YouTube is blocking certain people today.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah.
My shock face. Let me show you it.
Speaking of blocking,
Considering I pissed off mad, apparently, with my post the other day.
Of course you did.
We're probably on another shit list.
oh well.
Don't we collect those? I thought
Yeah.
I was under the impression we collected
Woohoo!
those.
Yeah.
Another shit list. Yay!
Apple has finally been hit with a 0-day.
Oh, really?
A
Yeah.
big virus.
And this is affecting all Apple products. So it's the phones, the Macs, and the iPads.
That's not good.
And what it is images. And this is what makes it even worse. It doesn't have to be an image you open. So they've finally figured out a way to get to it. But that's why I've gotten 2 security updates in the last 3 days on my phone. But it's through the Image OS, which is used across the platform.
iOS?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one thing you got to be careful for is memes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are images.
Most of them.
Damn it,
are.
I misspelled Cedar again.
That's all right. Hey, I have seen some creative misspellings of my name, up to and including.
I was sneezing when I was doing it.
Well, I mean, that'll do it.
Yeah.
I have gotten mail addressed to Peter from someone I had spoken to on the phone. Because evidently Cedar is not a word.
It's a treat.
You gotta see the look on Rita's face when somebody missed up Rita.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that one's not quite as bad as messing up Cedar, but
What's adorable is the eye twitch she gets when somebody mispronounces McMurtry.
Yeah.
She gets more annoyed about it than I do.
Well, between your first name and your last name, that's easy to screw up.
North Texas.
Yeah.
We were sitting somewhere, the drone McIntyre, and Rita just
Yeah. Yeah, shit posting shall continue until morale improves.
no kidding.
Well,
Please don't see her.
as we were jokingly saying, our first day of fall, fake fall is here.
It was lovely. It was 62 when the dachshund woke me up, and it was 72 when I late went to work.
Yeah,
and then about lunch, the sun finally came out. Went to balmy 82 degrees. Woohoo!
but yeah, it's kind of gotten our attention between that and the wind blowing yesterday and the dust and everything else, we're all coughing and hacking.
Texas has. What was the quote, Jonna?
A lot of angry plants.
A lot of angry plants.
Yes.
So does Arizona, New Mexico. I think we got them all.
But woo, there's something's blooming. Got Jonna.
Oh yeah, I'm a mess.
Probably the Texas version of ragweed,
Yeah.
if I was guessing. But who knows? The year has been squirrely, and the plants are a little confused.
And Mr. Coons says, oh, they had a haboob yesterday.
Haboob in Arizona.
Wall of dirt before the rain. Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
Now, Tiffany, it's not the trach, it's healing. It's all the other crap in the air.
yeah, it's been a weird. My fig is still popping figs. My fig tree is still popping figs.
My
which is-
Asian pear is currently in full bloom.
Yeah.
It is seriously confused.
Yeah.
Well, the tomato plant you snuck into our yard is all blooms and no fruit.
Yeah. Well, it's been too hot. So tomato pollen will actually cook at anything over about 95 degrees. And
We're
it makes
screwed.
it makes it non-viable.
Yeah.
Tomatoes are oddly enough not quite as tropical as most people think. If you think about where tomatoes
Well, tomatoes are fruit. So,
well, tomatoes are fruit, but it's not that. If you think about where tomatoes originated in the high Andes, they actually want a fairly consistent temperature
right.
between 75 and 85 degrees.
Yeah.
Which Texas does not have.
The consistency? It's Texas. We don't do consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday was interesting. I had to do PT again yesterday, and they've come up with a new way to break my body. You would think it's simple. Pick up a 20-pound box and put it on the table. Do it 36 times.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Repetitive motion.
And yeah, and the body's going, F you, I quit.
Yep.
So I got ready to leave, and there's this kid in a set of Navy sweats sitting outside with a bum leg. And I looked at him and I said, you active duty? He goes, yes, sir.
Oh.
I said, you need a ride? He says, yeah, they said it's going to be 30 to 45 minutes. I said, hell, I'll give you a ride. So we get talking. Turns out he's a Hispanic kid from Central Valley, California.
Oh, okay.
Shepherd?
He's at Shepherd going
Yep,
through CB
yep.
school.
Ah, yeah, okay. So
He got orders to Point Hueneme. He said, I'm going back home. I did not want to go back home.
oh, poor guy.
So we're getting ready to get on 44, pull up at the stoplight there at 8th Street. Dude blows a stoplight in a Mustang. Gets center punched by a Toyota.
Goodness.
Darn.
So call it in. And we both hobbled over to check on the people. And the cops showed up. For some reason, the cops thought he was driving a Mustang. There's a dude still sitting in a Mustang, probably with broken ribs on the right side,
Yeah.
because it center punched the passenger's door.
Passenger door? Well, better than center punch than the driver door.
Yeah. So I got to tell the cop, no, I'm giving him a ride to the base. He was not involved. So finally get free, get him out to the base and drop him off. And he's going, yeah, he said, I really don't want to go home, but I guess I don't have much choice. I said, no, you don't. I said, by the way, you'll get to deploy to this little fun place called Diego Garcia. And he kind of looked at me and went, yeah, they did say something about that. I said, yep, you'll enjoy Diego Garcia. He goes, you've been there? I went, yeah, a few times. He goes, where is it?
Oh, this poor kid.
All right. What you need to do, Zippy, is catch the 5:30 bus to hell.
Yeah.
Once you get there, hang a left and keep going until you fall off the world. Diego Garcia.
It's in the middle of the Indian Ocean. It's miles and miles and miles from nowhere.
Miles and miles of miles and miles.
Yeah.
Well, it's also, I mean, Sanford had dropped at one point that he'd been on Diego Garcia, and I was like, wait, you were Army.
Yeah.
How? And that's how I got to hear the story of how the Good Idea Ferry sent him around the world.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
As long as you're getting paid.
He was not.
No, Mr. Coon, they did not try to load us up. We kind of hobbled away before rescue showed up.
So yeah, hobbling, my hip is killing me today.
Yeah.
Now it's been all kinds of pressure changes and wind.
Yeah. And Tom Rogby was making a comment on his blog about what was going on in Louisville with the weather change and people out in sweaters and people not drinking frappes. Now they're drinking lattes that are cold, warm. You know, and I'm just dying laughing. I mean, we think we're weird weather.
Yeah.
Tom gets a little bit of the strange stuff. Yep. A lot of people stopped through Diego Garcia in various configurations. I was there.
Sanford was being sent around the world to set up a certain technical system that he happened to be the only guy that knew how to set it up at that point. And he left to do one system with $20 in his wallet and a change of clothes.
Oh yeah.
By the time he fetched up in Australia, like 2 months later.
I've had some of those quote unquote good deals before.
That's where he screwed up.
Yeah, I was there in 74 and 75 when it was still hooches. That was actually fun. Other than when the supply ship broke and the only thing left to eat on the island was pork chops and beans.
Oof.
And they were out of milk, they were out of booze, including the Brit, which was really scary because he was grumpy. And they were out of bug juice. So the only thing we had to drink was water out of the desal plant.
Oh, noes.
Yeah. Well, there's no water on the island other than rain. Yeah, don't mess with the Queen's chickens. Yeah, that's Midway with the Queen's chickens. Sarah, you can fish out there, however, what you're liable to catch is liable to be bigger than you are.
Depends how hungry I am.
Yeah. Well, we had in the 70s, we had a pet barracuda. He lived.
I wouldn't have bet that I've got a recipe for barracuda somewhere.
Yeah. Barracuda's not good eating.
Most big predators are not.
About my third week of pork chops.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bet I can try to make barracuda.
Yeah. Oh, and the plotting continues.
Still.
So, yes, Sarah, there could have been enough for everybody. But thankfully, we got out of there finally after about a week. But it's no fun flying when the only thing you've got is pork chops and beans.
That's one of the weird things.
They'd even run out of sea rats because the CBs ate all the damn sea rats, assholes.
Of course they did. That's one of the weird things. I have in the past gone months eating the same damn thing day in and day out. If it's mine.
Yeah.
You know, I spent 3 months eating Sam's chicken frozen chicken breasts. I just throw a bag of them in a slow cooker, and that's that and a block of cheese and bag salads. I ate that breakfast or lunch and dinner for 3 months.
Yeah,
but it was something I picked. If it's something I'm forced to eat, I get grouchy.
Yeah. Michael, I have never tried smoked barracuda and don't plan on it.
We're a little far from the ocean for smoked barracuda.
Yes, there were bigger fish, but I'm not sure anybody had a surf reel or had any line left for a surf reel, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit we were eyeing the donkey, though. And some people went over to the plantation and grabbed a couple of crab. Coconut crabs are not good eating, folks.
Wouldn't try.
Which
Don't
is
bother.
a shame because there's a whole bunch of them.
There's a lot of meat there. but
Yeah, a lot of meat, but no. It's fishy.
No.
It's that close to the ocean. I think everything's fishy here.
Well, actually, they eat coconut.
So why are they fishy?
Nobody knew, and we weren't going to try to find out.
I'm willing to bet they supplemented the coconut with available fish protein.
Yeah.
And since they're crabs, it's easiest to catch dead fish.
Yeah, so we flew off to lovely Wichita, which was Bandar Abbas, Iran. So the food was marginally better.
Well, at least there was variety.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it was interesting times. So the kid, I think, will have fun down there. And he's got another month and a half of rehab on his knee. Apparently blew it out doing PT.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
He was doing the 2-mile run, and as he says, I tripped over an effing rock
That happens.
and landed on his knee. Yeah.
Because yes, I mean
That happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're watching Cedar do watercolors
Yeah.
over here.
I'm painting while they chat. I mean, I will chip in and add to it, but the best way for me to keep myself
Keep your
occupied
sanity.
is to draw or paint or whatever. And in August, I'm doing dragons, and today's prompt was dragon mural. So I have buildings and a sunrise or a sunset, and a road,
Okay.
murals on the side of the building that are dragons.
Okay.
So we'll see how it comes out. I'm attempting things this month in watercolors that really should not be done in watercolors. So I did a prism dragon with a rainbow being shot through the body of the prismatic crystal dragon. It is really difficult to paint glass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible, but by better artists than I am.
Well, that's like anything else. There's always somebody that's better than you are at what you're doing.
Oh yeah. And here's the thing, which is if you don't give it a try, you won't get better.
You never know.
So that's where I'm at, is I am learning. Even the paintings that aren't coming out great this month, I have learned things from them.
Michael says, distance from the ocean is negotiable. One of the best seafood restaurants I ever tried was a Cajun place east of Whiteman Air Force Base. The owner had his supply shipped from Louisiana. That's why.
If I lived anywhere near Cajun country, I would be 350 pounds.
Yeah. We had a Mexican place that we frequented in Utapao, Thailand, or actually in Sadaheep, Thailand, down on the water. And it was true Mexican, run by a little Mexican lady. Her husband was in Vietnam as a contractor. And she had a deal with a family in Mexico. And they were shipping stuff to her from Mexico via ship. So when you got frijoles, they were real frijoles. And all the spices were right because she was getting the peppers shipped directly to her.
I have to admit, East Texas Cajun food, where they've modified the standard Louisiana spices, is really good eating.
Well, a lot of it's not Cajun per se, it's Creole.
Well,
there is a difference.
Oh, the big difference.
Yeah.
Big
I'm
difference.
laughing because this is a conversation that we have fairly regularly at Saturday suppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cajun and Creole are two totally. I mean, they're related, but two totally different cuisines.
Yeah. Well, that's just like Plains and River.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
Plains River is Creole Cajun.
Yeah.
Um,
Because Peter and I both cook jambalaya, and they are significantly different in taste.
both good.
Yeah.
Both of them are good. But you can tell.
Yeah.
My dad used to refer to Creole cooking as New Orleans cooking.
Yeah.
And if you knew my dad, that wasn't a compliment.
No. No, that is not even close to a compliment.
Cajun is
Yeah.
considerably simpler.
Yeah. Anything that walks by the pot and can't get away goes in the pot. That's Cajun.
It's considerably simpler, and the spices tend to have more of a punch. Creole tends to be a little more complicated, and spices are a little more
Eclectic.
eclectic and varied and in depth. So I like both of them.
Yeah.
We should, but please, if I've got my mouth set for Cajun and you hand me Creole, I'm going to be disappointed.
Yes. Yeah, it differs. If you tell them you have a funeral, they will leave you alone. Of course, they'll call you back in 3 days.
Rita's currently at a funeral down in Dallas. We are hitting that vintage where funerals are becoming a more and more often thing.
Yeah. Sadly true.
Yeah, I need to put together a funeral outfit.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one.
I do too.
Refined is the word. All right, Carlton, you can use that too.
Refined works.
Yeah.
Cajun or Creole's a little more refined than Cajun. Cajun is poor folks' food.
Yeah.
It's rural poor folks' food. Creole is more urban.
Yep. Well, it's like
New Orleans food.
Yeah.
New Orleans ain't Cajun, by the way.
Yeah, as Justin used to say, them good Cajun navigators, they don't want to be hit Louisiana. Them bad Cajun navigators, they'd be the one that end up in Texas. The way he got his start was funny. The man was actually brilliant. He was a highway engineer for the state of Louisiana for many years. Write your obituary now and let others tell lies later. Oh,
I'm not going to care.
Yeah.
When the time that my obituary becomes relevant, I'm not going to care.
Yeah.
So y'all have fun.
But he had gone over to Houston, and he was supposed to be speaking at a conference over there about highways and highway planning. And he said he forgot his speech.
Oh no.
And realized it when he got there and opened his folder to take his speech out that he had spent hours and hours working on and didn't have it. And he said, I didn't know what the hell else to do, so I got up there and told jokes. And he said, since I spent a lot of time with I-10 going across Cajun country, I just kind of used the Cajun accent.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and people laughed, which was good. And he said, then I got asked to tell more jokes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I know Cajun jokes. Just they're not. Most of them are not PG-13.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it differs. There's a lot of folks are going through that right now, including me. Not at hospice, but fighting Agent Orange. A friend of mine died from it, and 2 weeks after he did, the Navy finally admitted that, well, yes, he had Agent Orange, and they authorized him to have care
After he died.
after he died.
I mean, even though yesterday we were up at the VA and seeing a doc that we like, overall, my opinion of the VA is that they are just trying to kill time until you die so they don't have to deal with you. You want to spit right along with you.
Government-run healthcare, folks.
Yep.
She had those great big blue crabs on her, so we're putting it back out tonight. Yeah, Jesse. That's an old one.
There's the one about the hell with it.
Yeah.
Um,
We're not going down that road.
No. Some jokes should be untold.
No, we're
Not in
late
this-
at night at a convention.
Yeah, not in this venue right now, anyway.
okay. The one about Clotilde and the black pepper? Not telling that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those were the fun days when you could get those records. And Justin was just one of many that was putting them out. Red Fox put out some nasty ones.
They were funny.
They were funny, yes, no question. And Flip Wilson, Bill Cosby, and probably I heard an interview a few years ago with Flip Wilson. And they asked him why he came up with the character of Geraldine. And he said, because Geraldine can say anything and get away with it.
Yep.
He said, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she, on the other hand, is so strange, ain't nobody going to question anything that she says.
Not wrong.
I think there were several comedians that used that particular tactic
Oh, yeah.
for
Well-
character development.
That's what Jeff Dunham does.
Yeah.
The
Ahmed, the dead terrorist.
The
Yeah.
ventriloquist dummies
he's-
give him a cutaway from it's not me saying it,
Yeah.
it's
and people
it's
believe
Walter
it.
or Ahmed or
Huh?
Remember the Madame puppet? She was like this old lady.
Yeah,
puppet.
yeah.
Oh my God, she was hilarious. And Santa was outrageous.
Yeah.
But the no, he's Jeff Dunham. I remember he had a YouTube clip, and somebody in the audience was arguing and screaming at either Peanut or Ahmed the Dead Terrorist.
Yeah.
And just coming uncorked.
Yeah.
And Jeff said, "Whoa, whoa, buddy!" And the guy literally looked at him and said, "I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to that idiot."
Yep.
It's like, okay.
Silence, I killed you.
Silence, I kill you. Yeah, boy. Jeff Dunham is one of the few folks I know of that is apparently cancel proof.
Yeah.
Because the affluent white liberal females tried to cancel him over Ahmed the Dead Terrorist, and it didn't stick.
Well, they tried to cancel him over Walter, too, because it looked like too much like Biden.
And Peanut.
Yeah, and Bino.
Walter's
Yeah.
been around, well, I would say longer than Biden has, but Walter's been around longer than Biden's been in the public eye. How's that?
No, because Biden's been around for 50
I
years.
know,
in the
I know,
public eye.
but he wasn't necessarily in the public eye.
Well, he was for his clown car performances, even back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ahmed visits Tel Aviv, and the better one is for Ahmed visits somewhere in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And they were laughing their butts off.
Best
Yeah.
comedy has an element of truth in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the one the Tel Aviv one where Ahmed's out of the box, he's telling about where everywhere they've been, and they so quick, and he slows down, stops. He goes, "Where'd you come up with all the Jews?" Audience loses it.
Yeah. The other one was the, talking about training in the camps. Now, y'all pay attention. I'm only going to show you this once. Yeah.
The suicide bombing. Pay
Yeah.
attention. I'm only show you this once.
And they cracked up at that,
Oh yeah.
which, if you think about it, was really strange because Saddam was paying the families $25,000 for any one of their kids that blew themselves up.
Well, that's not just Saddam. That's
Yeah.
been Hamas. Everybody does realize that the Hamas leaders are millionaires and billionaires, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And they don't live in Gaza.
no, they live somewhere safe where the Israelis can't get at them.
They're mostly in Qatar.
Got her. And Hamas had for the longest time, out of those millions and billions, they were taking the petty cash and paying the families of suicide. Because somebody else has to do it. You don't have to. Somebody else does it. You don't have to.
Yeah, that's true, Michael. Rush did call him Slow Joe for many years.
Well, remembering remembering, and I have very little sympathy for Joe Biden.
Yeah.
But I do understand. One, he did lose his wife and his wife and his daughter, I think, and he lost his son, which no father should have to do. No husband should lose his wife, and no father should lose his son. I do. I do. I have sympathy, and the fact that the man's had not one but two open brain surgeries.
Yeah.
Once air touches the brain, nothing's the same.
Yeah.
That was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
That they had to go in, and it wasn't just the surface of the brain. They went in for some cherry aneurysms on the base of his skull. So then they went back in for the ones they missed.
Yeah.
So
he got not one but two lobotomies.
So
Yeah.
the DNC needs to be horsewhipped around the courthouse square for what I believe is elder abuse.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is the whole thing right now with Winsome Earl Sears too.
Woo!
Boy,
the Democrat Party's fucking up by the numbers on that one.
Yeah. And apparently the and I'll use this term loosely, the gentleman that went over to say something to her, they apparently got a copy of the audio, said, you realize that's getting a lot of coverage on the media. And you don't hear her response, but he says it's negative. And she went, oh. And she didn't have it up for a few minutes. She had it up for most of the speech.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, some woman at a Winsome Sears is a Jamaican born?
She's Jamaican born.
Marine Corps veteran.
Yep.
Who is currently lieutenant governor in Virginia.
Virginia. Running for governor.
Staunch gun rights and apparently an all around decent person.
Yeah.
Marine.
And likes to shoot an AR.
Apparently is very good at shooting AR. She's Jamaican, which means that her melatonin percentage is fairly high.
Yeah.
Well, some jackass, she's running for governor. Some jackass in the crowd at one of her speeches had a sign that said, if something along the lines of, if transgenders aren't welcome, you can't drink from my water fountain.
Yeah. Which
there's a word in politics called optics.
Yeah.
And that was really bad optics.
Yeah.
And she not only a Democrat operative.
Yeah.
Apparently she works for Virginia Democratic National State Committee or something.
It's kind of freaking hard to say she didn't.
Oh yeah.
But people are like, yeah, no, here she is on your website.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, not only that, she's been seen at a number of different Democratic functions as an employee, quote unquote.
She's also a professional protester.
Yeah. But I don't know who and I'm not dumb enough to believe that these are spontaneous.
Thanks, Greg. If trans aren't allowed in your restroom, then blacks can't drink from my water fountain. Yeah, that was it.
I'm not dumb enough to believe these are spontaneous.
No.
I've had some training in destabilizing regimes, and these aren't spontaneous. Somebody has to approve the stuff that goes out there. That's
what I find amazing is she got out of the house with that. You know, it's one more thing. I know it's just like the whole thing with Cracker Barrel. You know, the whole thing with Cracker Barrel is over the Cracker Barrel.
Well, it's more yes,
Uncle Herschel.
But it's more involved than that.
It's
Data
DEI.
Republican, Data Republican, bless her aspy little heart.
Yeah.
Has come up with the receipts, as the kids say, of Cracker Barrel HQ.
Yeah.
Going back to the 90s, saying that they had to run off the the conservative white folks.
The last thing you want in your existence is from is a ex post going, "Hello, Mr. So and So" from Data Republic.
Dead
Yeah.
Republican, yeah.
Holy crap, that girl.
She puts as mandatory fun day. If you're not watching him, you're missing out. Mandatory fun day has a shirt that says, "I put the tism in patriotism."
Yeah.
Also applies to Data Republican.
Yeah, she's a
Talk about weaponized autism.
Yeah.
God bless her pointy little head. When she locks in on something,
And she brings receipts.
no kidding. Weaponized autism.
Of course, sometimes the receipts are hard to understand because they're so detailed. But
it's like listening to Mike Pence,
Yeah.
4-hour lecture from him.
Yeah.
So,
but the thing is, two things really. One, Uncle Herschel was a real person.
So
And-
was Aunt Jemima, and so was Uncle Ben.
I know.
Okay.
I hadn't got there yet. But the Cracker Barrel that Uncle Herschel was leaning against is also a real thing. In the late 1800s, early 1900s, it was typical for general stores to have a Cracker Barrel, literally a barrel filled with crackers
Mhm.
that sat in the store.
That's how they were transported. Crackers were transported.
That's how they were transported. So when you went in there, you got a pound of crackers. You took them out of the Cracker Barrel, put them in your paper bag, and that's how you took them home. They didn't come in a nice, pretty sleeve.
Mm-mm.
And also, there might have been the fact that a kid or two might have snuck a hand in and got one or two.
And along with the fact that the storekeeper frequently ignored it happening.
Yeah, Matt, that's another good point. That BlackRock is a major stockholder in
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel. So what they did, and they only did it one time. They put together a test store in New York City for their new concept.
Oh.
Yeah, with a bunch of influencers.
Yeah, you're talking about at there's some big social area in New York.
Yeah.
Some big hoity-toity, not within several thousand miles of a Cracker Barrel, I might add. And Cracker Barrel invited in a whole bunch of tweeny influencers to try out the new menu.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to be being paid to say nice things, and that didn't happen.
I would have loved to have seen them try that in Georgia
Yep.
or Carolina, North or South, or Mississippi or Alabama.
Again, this is one of the things I rage about. Is it's a prime example of people who have never ever been off the island of Manhattan,
Yeah.
deciding they know what Middle America wants.
Well, not only that, but it's corporate DEI, which is BlackRock and Vanguard. And she is a DEI type CFO. Yeah, apparently spending $700 million on this rebrand.
Yep.
What they're going to do is run the company out of business.
Right into the ground. Then they'll break it up and sell it off.
Yep. Because the land is worth more for sale than the profit they make from the stores. That's my gut feel.
What was it, Bennigan's?
So this is a pattern that you see over and
Oh,
over
yeah.
and over again.
Oh, yeah.
It happened with Joann's. They came in,
Yeah.
they sold off the land, leased the stores back to the stores, and then of course they couldn't make money.
Yeah. Joann's was one.
Private equity firms have a long-standing pattern. This
Yep.
is very easy to see the pattern.
Well, that's what a little slightly more complicated fashion was what happened in Remington Firearms.
Remington Colt.
The Remington got bought by an equity group, and they transferred everything that was making money out of Remington.
Yep.
Left stuff that wasn't making money in Remington,
And sold Remington.
and then sold Remington again. And it's just, augered in.
And they're doing the same thing with Colt. They did the same thing to Bennigan's Bar and Grill years ago.
Yep.
They've also done the same thing to bookstores.
Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was working for a pharmaceutical company where that was happening.
Yeah.
They were bought by a private equity firm that didn't own any other pharmaceutical manufacturing company. And the upper management there at that particular manufacturer was like, why did they even buy us? We don't know. They have no
Yeah.
idea what to do with us. But it was the ramifications of that were pretty fast because they started to try and cut costs in any way they could, which when you're talking about a drug production
Yeah.
facility, you really don't want that.
No. Well, and also you get into legal issues. Yeah. Good point, Michael. It looks like a Golden Corral logo.
There was another one that cratered in because of
There's still Golden Corrals out there, but I don't know how many.
yeah.
It's my mother-in-law's favorite place to go.
But their
so-
quality went down.
Oh my gosh.
God, yes.
Ugh, no. Less said the better.
Yeah, Stephen, that's also a good point. People are upset over the logo change. They don't want to look deeper into what else went on.
No.
It's everything today is clickbait. 30-second
no
sound
kidding.
bites.
Yeah.
I had my phone updated. This piece of crap updated, and I got this automatic thing where it sends me the headlines it thinks I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that Samsung's getting paid for this because trust me, I'm not interested in most of these headlines.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed is it'll be a headline, something along the lines of this, for example, this finance company going paws up, something that I might be interested in. So when you open the article, you have to be 4, 5, or 6 paragraphs in before it actually lists the name of the company.
Yeah.
It's terrible reporting. It really is.
Well, we don't have reporters. We've
No.
got talking
You know,
heads.
It's X is going bankrupt.
Yeah.
And then it spends 6 paragraphs talking about other companies in the same general market going bankrupt before they finally got to the point of the headline.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Tiffany just put up Red Lobster. The owners made them buy their seafood at a markup from their own factory.
Yep.
Cannibalizing.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, they were the new owners were Thai. I think Thai or Vietnamese.
Yeah.
And they forced Red Lobster to buy the shrimp only from the owners.
Yeah. Yeah, Toys R Us bought by Bain Capital, which was Mitt Romney, pocketed the money and declared bankruptcy. Yeah, that's happened too. Yeah, the sad part is the only ones that get hurt in that are the little people.
Yeah.
The people who can't afford to go to the high price places to eat or to buy stuff.
Of course, these days you eat at McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's all high priced. Ridiculous when combo meals for 2 comes to $30.
Oh, it'd be cheap at $30. I can remember 10 years ago, McDonald's down the road here. I would go in when we were working on rebuilding the American Legion.
Mm-hmm.
I would stop in there maybe a morning or two a week and get a bacon biscuit and an orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
And it was $5.50.
Okay, sounds all right.
Now it's almost $9.
Yep.
For the same thing. Yeah, mom and pop sit downs are always cheaper than fast foods. Yes.
Yes.
It's usually better food.
Yes.
Yeah. If you can find an Applebee's, that's not a bad idea, Greg.
The cheap best meals are the taco trucks.
Hey, a taco truck down the road here that's so good.
There's the barbacoa tacos are still $1.50 each,
Something like that.
and oh my god, they're good.
You've been holding out on my ass. Where the hell is this taco truck?
Hi, Jose's.
You remember where Moe's used to be before he got murdered?
Yeah.
Down Business 287?
Yeah.
There's Uncle Chewy's Taqueria and Salseria. There's a taco truck. Oh, it's got
It's
get the barbacoa. They only
You
take cash.
asshole.
I didn't know.
Jesus.
They only take cash and do not touch the bag of tacos before Mamacita hands it to you.
And don't ask for gluten-free.
And do do not ask for gluten free. There's a Uncle Chewy.
Okay, they're all gluten free. They only use corn tortillas
Yeah.
there.
I know
Oh, but that woman,
somebody got hit with a barbacoa coated spatula.
Oh,
Yeah, that's woman with a I need to see a manager haircut was waiting in line. First off, she got annoyed because they wouldn't take
Credit card.
Credit card. Like, why? Who doesn't take credit cards? Obviously, them. Would you
Yeah.
move? So she had to go and use the ATM, which pissed her off. She came back out, and she ordered X number of what the hell ever tacos. And she was reaching for the bag because Abuelita had put the bag and was getting the sauces,
Yeah.
and she reached up to grab it and got her knuckles whacked with a spatula.
Yeah.
And was monumentally annoyed. And then she said, "Are these tacos gluten free?" And they looked at her. What do you mean these tacos? Are these tacos gluten free? I asked for gluten free tacos, and she was told, allegedly, I was there, but I only allegedly heard this. Take her tacos and step off, bitch. So she announced that she was going to call the popo, and the 10 or 12 of us in line said we didn't see a damn thing. Hers got annoyed.
yeah. Another point. You know, how many of these companies go belly up? The people lose their jobs. Where do they go?
Yeah.
A lot of them have nowhere to go.
Well, I mean, we have a mutual friend who may still be jobless. I don't know, but he certainly was there for a while when Joanne went under.
Yeah.
So, he hasn't said anything, but he's not the complaining type. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what his situation is. I should probably touch base with him.
Well, I met one guy at a con a couple of years ago who had been an animator at Disney, and he was second generation.
Mm-hmm.
His mother and dad had been animators at Disney back in the day, and they got a bunch of H-1B animators.
Yeah.
In.
Yeah.
He trained them, and then they fired his ass.
Yeah. And yet people get indignant about the AI.
Yeah.
Because they've already been doing this.
Oh.
folks.
I had a rant about that.
And he went over 3 years without a job.
Yeah.
The only thing that kept him alive was selling his mother and dad's cells that they'd collected over the years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said, I'm down to 4, and 3 of them are from Fantasia where they met.
Yeah.
And he said,
Oh,
those I'll never sell.
yeah.
The great tip of this taco truck is I show up. They looked at me a little squirrely because of my shorts, I think. But I show up and they start throwing the barbacoa on the grill, and they automatically put in the salsa that we prefer because there's like 6 different kinds of salsa. And if you get barbacoa tacos, they will give you a choice of 2. You can have this one or you can have that one. But I want that one. Here comes the spatula. They're not open on Sunday because Abuelita is a good Catholic girl and it's not open on Sundays. But and when they're out of food, they're closed.
Yeah.
But holy crap, Rita found that, of course.
Yeah.
And every now and then we bring some for Jonna and Cedar. And watch.
And, Sanford and I will stop there every now and then. Right now, with me on the low carb, I can't. But
Yeah.
It's something a little more cheerful. A little more. I don't, and I'll save the AI rant for another time.
Sarah says, I believe it probably. Good. Tell Deputy Bob I made the sauce he likes. Yeah.
No kidding. Woo. So Monster Hunter Files 2, the second anthology in Larry Crow's Monster Hunter universe, is off to Bane for the copy edits. So all the stories are locked in. I have one. And then Mike Burke, writing under Spearman Burke, and Nick Nethery threw one together as a to help out Larry. One of the authors pulled a story, so they threw one together in 3 days, which Larry was thrilled about. So, and to be quite honest, Rita and I are more tickled about Mike and Nick getting a story in than we are about me. But spread the word.
Yeah,
I would like Mike and Nick's first traditional publishing submission to be a happy and fond memory for them. Yeah, now they're Bain authors.
Yeah,
but I would. They have put in the work. They put in the work. They did the scut work.
Yeah.
They paid their dues, and 3 days, guys, from op order to production. Those two kicked into high gear. Took up 3 days.
It's very possible to do
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
You have to get to the point where you can write and deliver on time, on target,
Yeah.
and that's a skill thing.
Yep.
So I need y'all to spread the word on this one. So like I said, this is Nick and Mike's first one ever.
Yeah.
And I'd like it to be a happy and fond memory for them.
Good.
So
My mom shared an article, and I want to read a little bit of it to you guys.
Okay.
uh-oh.
She's like, "This is a story idea," and this is a quote from the article that she shared. This month, a beaten-up Soviet-era propeller-driven plane taxied to a halt on a rural runway, and 2 of Ukraine's top air aces clambered out, one carrying a rifle. The 56-year-old pilot, who learned to fly as a hobby before the war, and the gunner, 38, a former auto mechanic who had never been a plane before the invasion, are part of a squadron dedicated to knocking down the unmanned Russian attack and reconnaissance aircraft that are the bane of ground troops and civilians. In the past year, these 2 unlikely air warriors have flown around 300 combat missions and eliminated almost half the unit's total of 120 drones eliminated.
Oh wow. Well done, guys.
They're sniping from a prop plane.
well,
Never,
a helicopter shot down an AN-2 Colt in Vietnam.
No, Mom found that somewhere. I can share the link.
It
But
also sounds like the Night Witches.
it does. That was exactly
Yeah.
what it made me think of. It's basically that there is a long, and I'm going to offend the Ukrainians, there's a long Russian tradition of making do
Yeah.
when they run out.
Yeah.
Well, if you have never read anything about the Night Witches, go look them up.
yes,
that's I hate to
which
say
is
that
also an awesome story fodder right
Yeah.
there.
your lower ranks, your E1s through E3s, E4s,
Yeah.
are masters of making do with what you got. If you get a pack of PFCs, 30 meters of baling wire, and a sack of chewing gum, they'll make wonderful things.
Yeah.
I
Not
just,
that you know anything about
And
that.
I
I
don't
just
think about
thought that was, like my mom said, it's a
Yeah.
great little story seed right there, because you could easily take that and put that into some kind of science fiction story,
Oh, yeah.
because it's the persistence of humanity
Yep.
of we're going to do what we need to do to get the job done.
Yes, you did, Julie. You missed us again.
gotta have duct tape. Now, if you got comma wire, you don't, says the former E4. You got comma wire, you don't need no 90-mile-an-hour tape. Helpful to have, but you don't need it.
cheap stuff. You want the good ordnance tape. You really want something to stay together.
I shocked the hell out of an Ordnance E6 when I turned a roll of 90-mile-an-hour tape and a couple of cartridges into quick fuse.
And what does Rack Press got out? You've got a new story out Friday, last Friday.
We
Last Friday.
we have taken the high ground in children's or boys' adventure books and are holding it against all comers. We keep nailing down number 1 in the boys. Thank y'all. We keep nailing it down.
Yeah, that's the latest release for the boys' adventure novels is I've Got This by Mark Admonson, writing as Frederick Key.
Yeah.
And last week's release was Blades and Black Magic,
Yeah,
so
yep.
Sword and Sorcery.
And Blades of Black Magic is
next
doing
week-
really well.
Yeah, next week will be Moggies of Mars, which is our loving homage to Edgar Rice Burroughs and Sword and Planet. But that's next week. That's not this week. This
Yeah.
week we get to breathe.
We're taking the midweek to breathe before the next one.
You need to there.
Yeah, Nuke Road Warrior. That's one thing I've often wondered about because I've known about baling wire all my life, but I've never heard it called Mormon rope
I haven't either.
until
What? No,
No, I've
Wow.
never heard it called more.
that's probably a Utah thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard it called baling wire.
Yeah.
We had baling wire and baling twine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
We had
depended on who was baling.
We had more baling wire, but we also had to shoot magnets down cows' throats.
Yeah.
So
to get
Yeah.
them back. Yeah.
no, just to keep the baling wire from killing the cows.
Yeah.
Magnets stay in.
Yeah, the baling wire was one of the things that we didn't like if we got a shipment of hay in with baling wire
Yeah.
because we had to really be careful about policing it up out of the
Mhm.
field.
I hated trying to load baling wire hay bales.
Yeah, biting your hands.
Oh,
Hay
Yeah.
hooks, hay hooks from it.
even with good gloves,
Yep.
they wouldn't last a day when you're.
I knew hay hooks existed. I
Yeah.
never got to use those.
Well, there's an art to using them.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure there is, but nobody ever gave this
Well-
skinny little kid one.
and that was the thing. The first check I got as a kid, after the very first check. If you're a farmer, ranch kid,
Yeah.
your first paycheck, you get fencing pliers.
Mhm.
You need your own fencing pliers, brand new in the package,
Mhm.
because don't. And hay hooks. If you do any hay work, although I don't know if the round bales these days, you
No.
buy your own hay hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine with the round bales, there's not a heck of a lot can do with those. Those you kind of have to have pretty big equipment to move that stuff.
Yeah. And if you ended up with loaner hay hooks, you had to be careful that the handle actually stayed on them.
Yeah. Does it?
Speaking of the big round bales, when I was out on my big road trip, because I did like 2,000 miles through Texas, Colorado, Wyoming, Nebraska, Kansas, back into Oklahoma. And I was on a lot of smaller roads. And somewhere in there, I'm driving along and I'm like, somebody lost a round bale off their truck. Wait, there's another one. And it dawned on me that somebody had hayed the bar ditches.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking at that and I'm going, that is going to be the world's crappiest hay.
Well, you go down 82 toward Texarkana.
I haven't seen that. This was, I forget where I was. I think I was
Yeah.
in Colorado at that point. But I'm looking at that and I'm going, that is going to be so full of weeds and dirt
and
oh my
dead
gosh.
animals.
Yes.
But
That's
it's
gonna be the
hay.
But
nastiest
it's hay.
hay.
Yeah.
But it's hay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's hay. Jesse, apparently we're still behind Boyce and the King for those.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat out Stephen King. I mean, because everybody knows his stuff, so they all read it. Even though
Well,
it's
and they
crap.
sell most of them for 99 cents. So
Right.
Well,
Well,
and
it's crap, but
Yeah.
Amazon,
people
Amazon
know the name.
Yeah, Amazon knows it'll sell.
right.
So Amazon, or to the best of my knowledge, and this is just a supposition on my part, is on the bestseller stuff that Amazon knows going to sell. That stuff stays in the top
Yeah.
one, top five.
No, it is based on sales velocity, but Stephen King is a known name, and everybody is like, "Oh, I'm familiar with this name. I will buy this book."
Mm.
well, it's backlist, just like it always is.
Oh yeah,
Because most of the stuff that they're selling, quote unquote, for him, is stuff that's 10 or 12 years old.
well, in this particular case, what we're talking about is actually an anthology, so I don't even know if there's anything written by him,
Yeah.
Right.
or if it's just set in one of his
Yeah.
story venues.
Or he just
Whatever.
attached his name to it and he's taking half of
Yeah.
the royalties.
Ghostwriting is a thing.
Yeah.
That's what James Patterson does.
Oh, yeah. Who is the real James Patterson? Does he live?
He may not exist. I mean,
Well-
no, I think he does because he got ripped off by one of his literary agents badly to the tune of a few $1 million.
Literary agents.
Yeah. What was it? Nora Roberts doesn't exist. She is a compilation of multiple female
Wouldn't surprise
editors
me.
I-
Wouldn't surprise
and
me.
writers.
I don't know if that's true about Nora Roberts, but there's certainly been
she started as her, and now other people do her name.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, ghostwriting is a thing. I mean, and there are people out there that are professional ghostwriters that don't have any books out under their own name, and they can't disclose whose names their books are out
Yeah.
under, which is kind of a shame.
Yeah.
Really.
That happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean, if you don't have any other choices and it puts money on the table to pay the bills,
Yeah.
you do what you got to do.
Put food in kids' bellies.
Yeah.
You'll
And
do it.
on that note, folks, it's always about the Benjamins, and we're out of time again.
Benji Award's the best award.
Yes. I'm far less flinchy about being given a Benji than I am a nomination to some award.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Exposure doesn't do anything but make you dead quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Exposure is supposed to be listed on your cause of death by the coroner.
Yeah.
My son's like, "Have you read this book?" I looked this book up. It's been nominated for the Hugo and the
Nope.
Nebula and the Locust, and I'm like, I don't think I want to read this book.
No. Remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Y'all be safe, okay?
Be safe and have a good day, and we'll see you later. Oh, and
Allegedly.
stay warm for now.
Cool.
Or cool.
Or cool.
Or if you're in Texas, wing it.
Bye.